It's smoky. You gotta get something smoked in the soup. I like how it covers almost the whole space. You can kind of use ingredients that you have in your kitchen from cooking something else.
Hello my hungry friends, it's Friday and kitchen's closed.
Today kitchen's closed, mobile edition.
Mobile edition.
So, last week we didn't have a video come out because we were trying to figure out if it was worth doing, because all the restaurants are closed for dine-in. It's cold and it's wintry time in Poland, and usually the sun goes bye-bye for the entire time. But anyway, but you guys said you would like to still see us do some stuff and eat some stuff and see some stuff.
Thank you, our creative team.
So we're going to keep on doing this as long as people watch it. Okay, so today we are going to go get some kebabs.
What are those?
I'll talk about it when we get there.
Okay.
Stay tuned. So kebab. Here's one of the kebab joints in Szczecin behind us. There are, I don't know, hundreds of them all over the city. This isn't the one we're going to today, although I'm sure it's fantastic. So kebab, where does it come from? Well, it's of Middle Eastern origin. You can fact check if you want. I don't know which country, but it's Middle Eastern of origin. And the first time I encountered it, we came to Szczecin for our wedding. And we went out partying and had a really good time. And you need that late night booze mop to like soak up all the alcohol.
You're such a drunk.
It was our wedding. So we had like, you know, bachelor parties and stuff. So we went to have kebab. And I fell in love with it. Later in our lives, we moved to Germany. And we lived there for a few years. And kebabs were everywhere. And I realized they came with the large Turkish population that immigrated to Germany. I don't know when, 70s, 80s, look it up. But they brought their food with them. Well, once it got into Germany, it also migrated over here to Poland. And now it's everywhere in Europe. But the Poles do it a little different. So kebab is usually in a large, like think of a large burrito wrap. And you put meat in there. It's either usually lamb or beef or chicken. And then vegetables and sauces. Well, here in Poland, they like to put cabbage in their kebabs.
Surprise!
Surprise! But I love kebab. And so we're gonna take you to a place we haven't had kebab yet to try it. We'll see if he allows us to film. Some places don't like it, which is understandable. So we'll see what we get to see, and then we'll tell you all about it. And maybe we'll tell you a little bit about me and Anna too. I'm coming.
Proszę w bułce z kurczakiem,
Mało, dużo,
mały,
sos,
może być mieszany, czosnkowy ostry.
czosnkowo, ostro, mieszane.
Mieszany.
Wszystko?
I będzie później
Tak, ja poproszę rolo kebab, wołowinę, tak, i sos czosnkowy.
Czosnkowo.
Tak, proszę.
Mało, dużo,
Mało proszę.
wszystko?
I jedno,
ice water.
jak to cola. Dziękuję bardzo. I jedno cola.
Sam.
Okay, so do you want to walk us through the beautiful menu over here? And what the different kind of kebabs are?
So the first one, this is what I ordered. Is
Bułce.
kebab bułce, which means kebab in the bun.
In the bun.
But it's really like those big breads
Aha.
that are really flat,
Aha.
and they cut it in four.
It's like a pita almost.
Only a giant one.
Aha.
And they cut it in four, and then open up the bread and then stuff it.
Okay.
And then you have
What does that? What does that run you?
That runs me a small one, 13 zloty, which is
Like $3, $4?
and you can order chicken beef or beef,
Aha.
and then you can put French fries in it, like forgot.
Tell him. Oh, you gotta pay more then.
Yeah. And then you can get the same stuff just on the plate. So minus the big bread. So it'll be meat and fries and like the sides that they do.
Uh-huh.
And then you have the rolo, which is like a huge burrito wrapper
Uh-huh.
with some sauce on it that's baked. And then they roll it.
Super.
Stuff in it, make a burrito out of it. And you can get it in the box.
In a box. So like Chinese takeout.
Chinese takeout.
But you get like that. And I see other languages here. Why do you think there is? What other language we got
Where
here?
are we going?
We got Gemüse kebab.
Well, it's German.
That's German. Yeah.
And I'm wondering if they have the setup from Germany.
Maybe, huh?
Yeah.
You can see those spits turning in there. Toppings. We got lettuce and tomatoes, looks like, cucumber. There's the wonderful cabbage, onion, a chosnkovo sauce, which is a garlic sauce. Looks like a sauce is probably the, what do you call that? Really close. So,
I'll just be in the background a little bit so you can see me.
okay, go in the background. So we got our kebabadoodle dandies, and we're gonna take you to a nice little park and have some lunch. What do you think, baby?
Yay, I'm starving.
Yay, starving! no way, right? Holy shit. How did you do
I
that?
used up all my luck for today.
You did use up all your luck for today. We got a magical parking spot next to a park called Park Kasprovice and the Ujon. Yeah, oh yeah, right.
You think?
Jeez, look what golly do, woman.
Get out?
I do. Hold on. Okay, so here is your kebab bootsa.
Oh.
In a bun that's as big as your head.
Does it have a fork?
No. Yes. And here's your fork.
Thank you.
And here is my kebab Turkish burrito thing.
Can you see?
I don't know.
It's a mountain of meat and veggies.
It is going to be tasty. Smells good. Hey, and by the way, we're following the rules. You can eat without a mask on. So here we go.
And they give you a fork to go with it.
Go show the camera what it looks like.
Hmm?
Go show the camera what it looks like.
Veggies,
Mm-hmm.
chicken,
Mm-hmm.
cabbage,
Mm-hmm.
onions,
Mm-hmm.
sauce. Delicious.
Tasty, tasty. Okay. So this is Park Kasprovice. I don't know why it's called that. Why is it called that?
It's named after Kasprovic.
What's that?
It's the guy that they named this park after.
Ah.
No picture?
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna eat, and I'll get right back to you.
So this park is located in the city center between the city hall behind us, the green building we drove by, and the statue of 3 eagles in the background. People say that this is Szczecin Central Park.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's much smaller than Central Park. But it's still really cool.
I ate my whole kebab like a big girl.
It was like 2 pounds a piece.
That'll be my one meal of the day.
Yeah, pretty much, huh? What would you give Mustafi's? How many kebabs would you give
I would give
Mustafi's?
kebab 5.58 and 3/4 up.
Up? Any down?
No.
Nope. Okay, so Mustafi's. If you're ever in town, grab it. If you're ever in Europe, grab a kebab. If you're ever, anytime you see a kebab, grab a kebab.
It's normally pretty not hit and miss. It
Yeah.
can be hit and miss.
Yeah, some places can be greasier than others.
So that's the kebab.
Yep.
On our recent search for our recent search for inspiration, this is what I wanted to say. You have let us know that you'd like to find out more about how we met and what the heck are we doing here.
Right.
So
We're wondering the same thing.
yeah. We met back in 93, 94
Mm-hmm.
when I went to Stevens Point, Wisconsin, SPASH High School, as an exchange student to spend a year stretching my academic legs or wings, if you will. And we met through a mutual friend, and what?
Well, so I bothered her relentlessly. Not like stalky, but until she agreed to go out with me. And so then we dated it was the end of the school year, about 3 months left, and then she had to go back to Poland and I had to stay in America because I was only 16. And we didn't see each other again for a very long time.
Well, we didn't see each other for a year. I came back for the summer. That was the year that you graduated from
basic training.
basic
In
training.
the Army, yep.
And
Yeah.
but that was a short visit because that was just the summertime.
Yep.
And then I went back to Poland.
Mm-hmm.
I finished high school. I went to college, graduated college. 5 years it took me.
Well, because you have a master's, it's not like because you were...
I did do a master's program. And I was just doing my thing. I opened up a business with a friend of mine, a language school here in town. And a year had gone by, and our school year was done, and our summer was coming, and wanted to do something fun. And it just so happened that my brother was living in the United States for a while at that time. So
in Chicago.
In Chicago. So I
Yep.
thought I would go visit him. So I bought a ticket and went to Chicago. And and at that time we maybe have been speaking about once a year. This was prior to cell phones, emails,
Yeah.
Facebook, or
Yeah,
whatever else.
that was dialing the international number on your corded phone at home
Yeah.
and talking
And-
for just a few minutes
And
because
hoping
otherwise...
to catch someone at home.
Yeah, that was a problem.
So I knew Mark was in the service. I knew he was stationed, last I knew you were stationed in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
So I called his dad because I had that number, and Dad gave me his cell phone number by then you had.
Mm-hmm.
And I called you in Fort Sill, Oklahoma.
Yes, ma'am.
And I remember this conversation because I thought it was the funniest thing. Mark answers hello. I say hello. I have an accent, obviously.
No, you don't.
And I say, how are you? And he answers, how are you? And just like nothing happens. And what are you doing? What are you up to? Oh, nothing, just hanging out.
So,
After a couple, 30 seconds, maybe a minute,
no,
yes,
not that long.
Yes, I realized he doesn't know who he's speaking with. And I asked him if he knew who it was, and he went,
Well, I grew up in the north, in the Midwest, where you're polite to people and you just
You're
talk to
very
them until you
polite.
figure it out.
But it was very funny and then we talked for a while and it was fun. But he told me that day he had mailed a letter to me
Yep.
to Poland,
Yep.
which I did get. It went
Eventually,
to
yep.
our old address, and the people who lived there gave the letter to us with some pictures and some updates.
Yeah, so there's the kismet about it, right? On the day I sent you a letter, you called me
Yeah,
from Chicago.
weird.
Crazy. Yeah, so
So then we met that summer, and we didn't want to be apart, and thought that would be worth trying to be together. And so that was summertime, beginning of the summer, and then it was such a crazy time. Mark lived in the barracks. And
I did.
I had $200 or $300 in my wallet
I didn't even have that much.
to last me through the summer. And with the help of Mark's mom, we rented an apartment, a one-bedroom.
Down in Lawton, Oklahoma, yep.
Yeah, on Roosevelt Boulevard, I believe.
I don't remember. Probably. We were so broke. We were like...
We had three of each, 3 forks, 3 spoons.
Yeah, that's about it.
Three
In case you have
dinner
a guest over, you have to have an extra one. We would buy a 6-pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon and share it, and that was the treat because we didn't. It was so broke until we got married, and then the Army pays you better once you get married.
And then the Army pays you $200.
Yeah. So then we got married
So we got
in
married
December.
that year in
Yep,
December.
yep.
And Mark got orders to be a recruiter in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Yep.
So, in case you were wondering, Facebook tells you everything, and recently I was updating my page, and it asks you where you are, your location. So I updated the location, and it just kept showing up at different places.
Like we were moving
Oklahoma and
every 5
Wisconsin.
seconds. So we moved from Oklahoma to Eau Claire, Wisconsin for recruiting.
And we were there for 3 years.
Yep.
And from Eau Claire, we moved to Germany,
To Gießen.
to Gießen. Mark got how do you say it again? I've forgotten. You
PCS.
You
I re-enlisted.
re-enlisted.
And I got Germany as an option because it would be closer to her family.
So
And
we
Europe is cool, so.
Yeah, so we moved to Germany for 3 years, and that's where our daughter was born.
Yep.
And 6 months after she was born, Mark deployed.
Yep. Went to Iraq for a little bit.
And then from there, we went to Kansas for 3
To
years.
Fort Riley, Kansas. Yep.
That's where you got deployed again.
Yep, for the second time.
And then we went to...
You cold?
I'm cold. And then we went to Georgia,
Yeah.
Savannah area.
That was a good job down there.
And then we went to...
Georgia, Hawaii.
to Hawaii. And we stayed there for 3 years in the warm.
And then we went to Pennsylvania.
Philadelphia area.
Yeah, where I taught ROTC for my last few years.
That's where Mark was Professor Herning.
Yeah, professor. Sure.
And from Philadelphia, that marked Mark's 23 years in the service, and he decided to retire. And we were kind of thinking what to do after retirement. And since I've been away from my home for that long, by then it was
18 years?
almost 18 years.
Yep.
We decided we would move back to Poland, near close to my parents, and to kind of be in Europe and travel Europe for a little bit. So that was 2.5 years ago, and we are here and working on the blog, enjoying ourselves, trying to. And so, what do you think about living in Poland so far?
It has its ups and its downs.
So tell me 3 ups and 3 downs.
3 ups is the food is awesome. We are centrally located in Europe, so getting to Germany, Czech Republic, Sweden, Denmark, Norway, France, everything's relatively close. So that's another big uppity up. And
So
the third,
food, location.
yep, and cost of living in Poland is about a quarter of what it is in the States, minus housing.
I was going to say minus.
And cars. Cars are not that much cheaper, if at all. So yeah, those are the 3 ups that
No.
make it really nice to live in Europe.
Okay, what about downs?
Just 3.
Try to limit yourself.
So let's see here. Language barrier. Polish is really, really freaking hard. I'm old and I don't want to. So learning Polish is hard for me. And it's a frustration for my daily life to come over here and be dependent on Anna so much.
You're the dependent now.
I'm the dependent now, yeah.
Okay, language.
Yeah, language. There is Poland spent a lot of years getting itself beat up by outside influences, and the Polish people are very warm and welcoming into your home. However, they're also very protective and defensive of their own stuff, and they will. We call it must to be first here. Me and Anna do. So if you're coming to a parking structure, they will. You better stop because they're not going to, and they're going to push their way in. It's just.
Do they come across as kind of rude sometimes?
Sometimes they come across a little rude. They don't smile much, but I heard somebody said that if you smile too much, you're just an idiot. So I don't know. And
you
then
look like an idiot.
maybe that's what it is. And then the bureaucracy here. My goodness, I thought the States was nuts about. Man, y'all got the easy button in America. You can do things so easily here. So there are some procedural things here that drive me kind of crazy, that they're easier and faster in America. But, there's frustrations everywhere. It doesn't matter where you live, there's going to be frustrations. We lived in Hawaii where people said, oh my gosh. And to me, Hawaii was slightly miserable.
Yeah.
It was like living in Disney World. It's fun for a second, and then it's kind of...
It's expensive.
It's expensive, you're on an island. There's a bazillion people. Anyway.
But now we can't wait to go and visit.
Yeah, we want to visit. So, us being able to retire here and do what we want, and to be able to focus on doing things for you guys, her blog and the vlog and the schmog and the other things.
And the
Developing
follow
a
and the
cookbook and
subscribe.
so it's all good. She followed me for so long. I'll follow her wherever she wants to go for the rest of my life.
No.
Mm.
So
that's
the
us.
story.
Yep.
Like it or leave it.
Well,
We're gonna get lots of thumbs down on this one.
it happens. I don't care.
So that's it.
Yep. I suppose.
We hope you liked this video, and if you did, please give us a like and subscribe so we know to make more videos for you. Thanks for your suggestions, and thanks for being our creative team. We are gonna get through this pandemic together and try to provide you with a little bit of entertainment as we go along. In the description there's a link to our merch store. Go check it out. With Christmas coming, are you wearing something? There you go.
Pusta.
The shipping deadlines are coming up, so go get yourself a shirt or a bag or an apron. Buy a onesie for your newborn or a surprise to grandma that doesn't know she's going to be a grandma yet. Check out the mini cookbook on Amazon, Polish Your Kitchen. See us again on Monday. We're cooking more Christmas recipes now. And
Goodbye.
we'll see you next time. Do widzenia.